morning. Happy New Year, all empathic, sensitive souls. It's Monday, the first Monday of the year. How is everyone doing? How was the holidays? How was the past weekend? I'm back in my regular scheduled time because I'm heading back to work this week. I was on vacation last week and it was very nice. I spent a lot of time resting. Just, that's what I did. It was amazing. I got a lot of my TV shows watched that I haven't been able to watch. Spent a lot of time just doing self care, some inner work, some resting. Just that's what I did. I hope you had a fantastic holiday and New Year's. Last week we had the Heal the Ouch card, and that was to heal yourself, heal others around you, kind of pay attention to what's going on. And this morning, oh my gosh, I drew the bone collector card at card number 1. How's that? First Monday, first month of the year, January. You are whole and have everything you need within. Sure, you are whole and have everything you need within. It's time to start believing in yourself. It's the first of the year. We're still in the hibernation stage, the slow down, the rest, the recoup. You're whole and have everything you need within. When you start believing that and believing in yourself, come spring, sky's the limit, right? So this is the time for resting. And I know January is like, oh, well, you gotta, set your New Year's resolution and you gotta do this, that, and the other. But my body is telling me to rest. There's time to be a go-getter come spring. Right now, just rest. And I keep getting reminded of when I was a kid growing up on the farm. The winters were hard, but, because everything froze. Everything was cold. There was ice, there was snow. It was miserable trying to work outside. And those of you that are outside workers or spend a lot of time outside, you know what I mean. Trying to work in the cold is difficult, it's hard. But once we all came together at night after all the chores were done and we all hunkered down in the living room, piled on the couch with a blanket, eating popcorn, watching TV, we all came together and nobody was running around outside. Nobody was you know what I mean? It was time to relax. It was time to reconnect. When it was too cold to go out, because mom kicked us out every chance she got. When it was too cold to go outside, we'd sit around the kitchen table and we'd play card games or board games. It was always mom and his younger kids, because the older ones were out and about or they had chores to do. They were working on the farm. But it was always a time of coming together and renewing and reviewing and what's going to go for the new year. The bone collector, you are whole and have everything you need within. A number 1 card. The bone collector asks you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. When we're wounded, especially when we're young, and that's the hard one, it's if something is stolen from us, our innocence, our pathway of thinking, and we adapt and we become this new version of what the truth as we see it after a wounding has become for us. And we always behave that certain way, stunted, right? The way our body reacts and our mind reacts when a perceived threat comes at us, whether it's perceived or real. And it gets to the point, especially with me at work, where if somebody gives me a certain look, sometimes it feels like, oh my God, they just yelled at me and they didn't even say a word. But that's our past conditioning. We adapt and we accept a version of this truth, and it sets us up to behave in a certain way for the future. And that's true. And then we have this limiting belief of ourselves. because of that wounding. So we may feel unworthy, without courage, flawed, unlovable, expect to be criticized all the time for me. But the bone collector says you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you, and you can reclaim it. You have everything you believe you lack, and she's holding that as your inner resource. So act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wound of the past may not need to find you. And that's great for this time of year of inner healing, of slowing down in the outside world and start to work on our inner self, our thoughts and our emotions. And it's amazing when because I work with a coach, and she always reminds me, like, is that your belief or is that reality? Well, for me, it's 100% reality, but is it real? Or is that what your mind perceives to be real? And okay, and you have to really start to take a deep dive and look hard at how you act and react to what's going on around you. And now is the perfect time to do that. As an intuitive emotional healer, I love working with people and having them face their shadow self, having them face their limiting beliefs about themselves and the circumstances surrounding them. And a great exercise I like to do is, when I go down those paths, those memories, is I put myself, my current self, the healed version of myself, even if I'm not fully healed, but I am stronger than what I was as a child. And I put myself in place of that child, in front of that child, next to that child. I give that child what that child needed to hear in that memory as that memory comes up. And it's hard, and I'm a sobbing mess when I get done with some of that, those memories, working through some of that stuff, because it is so overwhelming, and especially the grief, because you recognize as an adult, like, well, gosh darn it, if they wouldn't have said that, if they would have acted in a different way, that what would my life have been like? And there's a lot of anger in there too. But we work through that, and we come to the understanding that I've got it. I am whole. I am whole and have everything I need within, which means I can work on healing myself. If you need guidance, if you need help, message me. Send me a message, send me a comment, direct message me, reply to any of my emails. Let me know how I can help. Let's start this new year off kicking butt. This is going to be a great year. We'll set forth and we'll gather that bone collector, because she has everything held for you, as I take it as my higher self. The bone collector is my higher self, and she knows. And she's holding all those past memories and whatever was stolen from us, and we can work on healing that. If this sounds like something you'd want to do on the new year, let me know. Keep me posted. Let me know how life is going. I may or may not hop on Wednesday. This is a new year. I may just hop on Mondays and Fridays from now on, because Wednesday seems to be kind of a repeat of a Monday. But Friday, you never know what a whole week will hold for us. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Remember, you are whole and have everything you need within. Keep working on yourself. New year, new you. Let's go, girls. Let's go. Let's kick this year. Let's make this year the best year ever. Give me a reply if you need help doing that, or you need to be set on the right path, or just somebody to talk to. I'm here. Take care, everyone. I'll talk to you on Friday. Bye for now.